You also say this is a grave humanitarian violation of human rights, causing regional instability. You called for accountability. Unfortunately, you are seated with the very men in charge and responsible for what you are condemning, William Ruto. Mr. Guterres, you were seated with the war commander, and he hosted you to a state banquet yesterday night. You cannot talk about normalizing situation in Sudan when you are hosted by the commander and the men responsible for insecurity in the region. Recent exposes by media and other institutions have vindicted me. The following is the list of criminals from Somalia, Zimbabwe, Southern Sudan, and Sudan who have been issued with Kenyan diplomatic passports, and they are housed here in Nairobi by William Ruto, and they continue to cause havoc in their countries. Children and women in Sudan and DRC are crying because of his actions, connections with M23. The media will be giving you a list of criminals, national criminals most facing sanctions, drug traffickers that have been issued by passports. The worst minister for interior since independence. A man for the right price will sell the world. We'll be giving you that list so that you can also cross-check that. The world must know that Kenya is an international and destination as well. In Mr. Ruto's cabinet sits 2 drug barons, Mr. Antonio Guterres. In Russia and Ukraine, as of May 2026, over 1,000 Kenyans are estimated to have been lured into fighting for Russia in the Ukraine war. Deaths reported. Many are tricked by force. William Ruto and some of his cabinet secretaries who are actively involved in these matters. Of this atrocity must face the law. To the president, in the presence of Emmanuel Macron from France, it is important we let you know why Kenyans made noise to you at the University of Nairobi Taifa Hall. Disrespect or hatred. They had a message for you. To French farms to a tune of Kenya shilling 7 billion being proceeds of crime, as their children are not in school and they have no food on the table. Mr. Macron, on September 30, 2020, other President Uhuru Kenyatta road. However, the deal by President William Ruto administration, even the contractor commenced works, ushering in Chinese to give room for corruption. The entry of the Chinese contractors, CRBC, came after in April last year. Based on reports emerging in May 2026, the Auditor General has flagged of approximately 7.3 billion Kenya shillings from the fuel levy intended for road maintenance to pay French firms for the cancellation of the Rironi-Mau Summit toll road contract. Mr. Macron, your French firms had a contract of 150 billion for a bigger scope. 200 billion on a smaller scope, creating a 50 billion fund for corruption by William Ruto and the Chinese contractors. But your biggest interest and the reason why your French firms accepted cancellation of the Rironi-Mau Summit was to get 7 billion shillings without doing anything at all. Mr. Macron, you are an accomplice in the 7 billion Kenya shillings theft from the people of Kenya. That is the money you have actually come to negotiate, not the summit that you are attending. Kenyans, this is a message Kenyans was passing to you yesterday. Kenyans are asking you not to leave our borders with this money. We need it to pay school fees. Mr. Macron,